chapter 13, we see that the 3 years have brought but few changes to the quiet family. The war is over. Mr. March safely is at home, busy with his books, and the small parish, which found in him a minister by grace, by nature as by grace. The two outsiders, a fine energetic woman, seemed to rule the house, and so they did in many things. But the quiet scholar, sitting among his books, was still the head of the family, the household conscience, anchor, and comforter. The girls gave their hearts into their mother's keeping, their souls into their father's, and to both parents who lived and labored so faithfully for them. They gave a love that grew with them and bound them tenderly by the sweetest tie which blesses life and outlives death. Mrs. March is as brisk and cheery, though a bit grey. She is so absorbed in Meg's affairs. John Brooke did his duty, preparing for business and earning a home for Meg with the good sense and sturdy independence that characterized him. He refused Mr. Lawrence's more generous offers and accepted the place of a bookkeeper. Meg had spent the time in growing wise and housewifely arts and prettier than ever, for love is a great beautifier. Jo never went back to Aunt March, for the old lady took such a fancy to Amy that she bribed her with drawing lessons from one of the best teachers. Jo, meantime, devoted herself to literature, and Beth, who remained delicate long after the fever, remained happy and busy with the quiet duties she loved. She was everyone's friend and an angel in the house, as long as the spread eagle paid her $1 a column for her rubbish, she called it. Jo felt herself a woman of means and spun her little romances diligently. Laurie, having dutifully gone to college to please his grandfather, was now getting through it in the easiest possible manner. Dove Court was the name of the little brown house Mr. Brooke had prepared for Meg, and Laurie had christened it, saying it was highly inappropriate to the gentle lovers who went on together like a pair of turtle doves. It was a tiny house with a little garden behind and a lawn about as big as a pocket handkerchief in the front. The inside was altogether charming, and the happy bride saw no fault from garret to cellar. Aren't you satisfied? Does it seem like home? And do you feel as if you should be happy here? Asked Mrs. March as she and her daughter went through the new kingdom arm in arm, more tenderly than ever. So that was the fiction book that I'm doing here for you. Let's take a look at lesson 43 from the book 52 Lessons for Life. Now in this book, Napoleon Hill says, render more and better service than that for which you are paid, and sooner or later you will receive compound interest from your investment. It is inevitable that every seed of service you sow will multiply and come back to you in overwhelming abundance. So, Napoleon Hill's gratitude prayer is a testimonial to his strong belief in applied faith. He reassures students of his philosophy that if you repeat this prayer daily in alignment with your definite major purpose, marvelous things will begin to occur in your life. Why is this so? Let's see if we can begin to analyze the reasons that this gratitude prayer can work so miraculously in our everyday lives. First, this prayer is a prayer of thankfulness, not of petition, and when praying this prayer, the individual is not requesting anything, but more importantly, honoring and giving thanks for that which has already been received. This works to focus a person on the abundance that already exists, and also to express to infinite intelligence thoughts of gratefulness for having been given so much so freely. And when we look to the good in our lives, it is difficult to focus on the bad. In being grateful, you cannot also simultaneously bemoan a lack. Gratitude shines the spotlight on the good while diminishing the bad. The age-old adage, you get what you focus on, seems to be applicable here. Second, emphasizes the importance of going the extra mile by stating a desire to share the way to enduring riches with all whom the person comes into contact. So this sharing is freely done because the person doing the praying knows that the universe strongly condemns, supports the law of compensation. So what goes around comes around is often an expression that is used to indicate that what you put out, you in turn receive. And putting out good thoughts via prayers of gratitude causes good thoughts to return to you in kind. Thirdly, by focusing on goodness, the person creates a positive environment for the mind, and good outcomes are preceded by positive thoughts. Since thoughts are things, thinking good thoughts is going to help you create a positive cycle of thoughts and outcomes. Think good things and experience good outcomes. Remember, you reap what you sow. So, fourth, by acknowledging that everything that is needed is already possessed. The person again is casting bread upon the waters, knowing that it will be multiplied when returned. So, nothing diminishes a person like worry. So, by refusing to worry, a person is able to control the mental state he decides to be in. So, when you control your state of mind, you can control your future. All that is accomplished is by knowing that you have already possessed whatever it is that you need. There is no lack. And all good things come to those who expect them. Fifth, by repeating this prayer daily with enthusiasm allows the message to enter into your subconscious mind. The subconscious mind knows no right from wrong, but it does not understand an emotionalized command when it is given one. So, through repetition, this prayer conditions the mind for focusing on positive outcomes. Sixthly, infinite intelligence is grateful when a thank you is expressed. For example, when someone thanks you for a favor or for some assistance, this considerate act naturally makes you want to do even more for that person. So, the thank you sets up a very positive regard for that person and causes a listener to want to continue to give. So, it works the same way with infinite intelligence. Seventhly, being thankful is courteous and contagious. Instead of complaining, find something to be thankful about and notice a difference in your outlook. So, roses bloom where weeds once grew. Eighthly, the eighth point here is that as you condition your mind to being thankful, it will attract more goodness to you. So, like attracts like. Ever notice a new car on the road and then you buy one? Immediately you begin to see this card everywhere. So that's how the focus works. You find what you look for. You look for and you acknowledge the good. Ninth, as you take the best, you can leave the rest. So focusing on the good reinforces the good. The bad departs due to lack of attention. And you decide what you want to have in your life. So as we do, Napoleon Hill's book 52 lessons for life. We've already done Little Women as a fiction one here. We see the 10th point where you should do good because doing good is the right thing to do. And in giving thanks, we accentuate the positive, that is, we do good. So, good promotes good and begins a cycle of what is called the self fulfilling prophecy. Do good, it is the right thing to do. Let your little light shine, and soon it will eliminate the darkness. Now, here are some basic steps to abundance through Dr. Hill's gratitude prayer. You read the prayer daily, relate the prayer to your daily existence, assimilate the message into your own life, that is, incorporate the positive outlook into your own frame of mind. Then apply the technique of looking for many things to be grateful for in your daily life: a beautiful sunrise, a colorful autumn leaf, the coolest morning air, an exquisite rose, a helping hand, a sincere friend in time of need, an unexpected bonus at work, a devoted pet, and a favorite song. These are all reasons which you can be grateful for. Then repeating the process daily beginning with step number one. So you can notice finally the difference in your life. Make sure that you write down the highlights in your journal so that you can document the change. Now, the reflection for this by G.K. Chesterton says that I would maintain that thanks are the highest form of thought and that gratitude is happiness doubled by wonder. So that's the end for this. We'll stop here.